Welcome, Virgo. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for March the 14th through to the 20th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we get to the energy of the cards, thank you so much for all the support, all the beauty, all the love that you send my way each and every day. Truly, thank you so much. Now, let's get to the energy of you, because just wow with these cards. I can't wait to get to the weekend for you and show you what's in store for you. But let's start at the first card, the Death card. You're really looking at the freedom in your life, the liberation in your life, how to make that happen in your life. Okay? The Two of Pentacles sits right next to it, so there's an imbalance in your life. You really need to look at the structure of your routine, what your obligations are, what your responsibilities are. You may be putting too much energy in one part of your life. Chances are actually you're putting too much energy in one part of your life, not enough in the other. We need to have a balanced life in order to have the vitality and the energy to go forward in the right direction. So this could be, you could be spending too much time at work, not enough time at home, or maybe within your spirituality, maybe paying attention to your health and well-being. But you need to really look at your routine this week and understand where you are draining your energy and where you need to step up the pace and put more energy into that part of your life. Okay, to have that balance going forward. It's going to be so important. So this week you really need to look at it, okay, because trust me, this week you really need to look at where the balance needs to be in your life, what adjustments you need to make. Hello, Peanut. What matters, what doesn't matter. Maybe there's obligations and responsibilities that aren't yours truly, and you need to give it back to the person who it truly belongs to. Maybe you need to take on an obligation or a responsibility in order to bring in that balance. We're all walking different paths, so you have to look at your life, your routine, what you are obligated to, what your responsibilities are, and remember that the first responsibility and obligation is to yourself. We have the Five of Swords. What? So definitely involves people in our lives, what they, the positive they bring to our life and the negative they bring to our life, and why. Look at the people that drain you of energy. Look at the people who take advantage of you, maybe, in certain areas of your life. Maybe it is that obligation, that commitment that you made that is wearing you down, that the person really just wanted it off their plate, so they gave it to you, rather than it being of purpose in your life moving you forward. You want to surround yourself with like-minded people. Oh, excuse me. My goodness, Peanut. Like-minded people, people that support you, people that raise you up. Who are those people in your life? So you're looking at relationships, absolutely. Now we have Judgment here, and Judgment is not jumping to conclusions. Okay, having those conversations, understanding maybe the give and take that needs to be in relationships. When the judgment card shows up, we don't want to jump to conclusions. We don't want to make any rash decisions. We want to think it through. We want to understand what purpose it serves in our life or doesn't serve in our life before we move forward. Okay, this is one of those cards where you hear somebody say something and it's out of context. And so you go forward really with an illusion of what you think things are rather than what the concrete facts are. So take a good look at those things. And on top of it, we have the Page of Swords down here. So you really need to be the diplomat this week, okay? The Page of Swords, she has that energy that I warn you about, and having the Judgment card over, your freedom, your sense of liberation of what you do and why you do it, your responsibilities, your obligations, your full routine. You don't want to knee-jerk something. You just don't want to say, you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater this week. You want to really look at what things give purpose in your life, what people you can lean on in your life, what people support you and raise you up in your life, what situations matter in your life, move you forward in your life. She's a young energy. and she just wants to get the ball rolling, and she wants to move it forward, and trust me, it's going to before you know it. So this week is all about making sure you're not doing the knee-jerk reactions, not just doing something for the sake of doing it. Because with this young energy, and remember when you were a kid and you just thought, well, I'm going to do this, the heck with everybody, and you did it, and you landed on your face, and then you learned the lesson, and you gained the wisdom because of that action. This is not a time for learning. Peanut, peanut. This is not a time for learning new wisdom. This is a time for directing your life in a streamlined way. The overriding energy is the Lovers. Now, this could be embracing relationships in your life, knowing the relationships you want to strengthen in your life, having those talks, putting yourself into those situations so it matters going forward, so they matter going forward. They know they're appreciated. They know that you love them. It's also a time when you have to feel that back in order for the relationship to really be grounded. This could also be really, embracing your talents, your gifts, your desires, your dreams forward, knowing where you want to go, deepening the level of commitment to yourself. We have the Fool, so it could be brand new paths opening up to you. Probably later in the week. Opportunities opening up to you, new relationships starting in your life. And we have the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups has really been showing up a lot this week for everybody, okay? It's moving into a new independence, a new way of doing things, a new path for yourself, taking it perhaps just to the next level, okay? And the cups in front with our back turned to it means that we need to leave some kind of sense of security behind. Now, the easiest way of understanding that is, we have leaned on a security or a person or a situation in order to feel grounded, in order to feel structure in our life, in order to feel that foundation. And it's time to move away from that. That doesn't mean that you're closing the door with this card. It simply means that that relationship or that situation changes somehow in your perception of going forward. And the easiest way to explain that is the child who grows into the adult. It's time to leave the parental house, the parental home, where there was security, where there was love, but they're going forward to create their own independence, their own world. They're realizing their dreams, creating their own success. So, yes, they leave the parental house, but it changes in a way now. Okay, it's not the same kind of security. It's not the same kind of love. It's still there, but it changes in the dynamics of our life going forward. As we go into the weekend and next week, the part that I've just been dying to get to here. Okay, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, 3 aces. So, if you want to move into new beginnings, it's going to happen. If you don't want to, well, it's going to happen. So, go with the flow. Okay? There's so much to be said with these 3 cards combined together. Okay? You could be, it could be happening in so many ways for you when it's these 3 cards. Hello, Peanut. I stopped petting him for a brief second. You could be renegotiating relationship situations in your life, okay? With the Ace of Swords, you take that sword and you draw the line in the sand. New expectations. It also gives you those new aha moments, those epiphanies on how to move forward. Now, with the Ace of Pentacles, it could be something coming in to help you move forward. It could be a mentor coming in. It could be, it's usually something that you haven't earned. Okay, so it could be a loan coming to you or a small win in the lottery. Some tool or some means of moving you on your path, something that you have been missing, something that you have needed, and to move forward will come to you. And then, well, the Ace of Cups is embracing those new ideas, those new visions of tomorrow. Could be new relationships coming in. It's understanding what we have to give to the world in order to receive from the world. But this is all, I mean, three combined, and having the Fool, it's a new path opening up to you in one part of your life. Definitely in one part of your life, and it would probably affect all parts of your life. So everything changes into a new focus, a new beginning, a new way of doing things, a new perception of your tomorrow, new rules, new guidelines, new securities. Very exciting. Okay, for love, we have the Five of Pentacles. So this is where your perception may very well change. You know, it's almost like you saw yourself sitting in front of that. Now that is the door of opportunity. That is the door of well-being. That is the door of abundance. So great love. And not feeling like you were receiving it, or something was missing, or maybe you're not in a relationship and feeling like you will always be alone. Maybe you are in a relationship and still feeling like you'll always be alone. But, you know, I'm going to lean on the energy of those three aces, and then we had the Death card for that feeling of liberation, that feeling of freedom. That it could be an aha moment. It could be through a conversation. If you are in a relationship, it could be through conversations that you realize the depth of the relationship. And it's almost like a new beginning within the relationship, a new sensuality, a new passion, a redefined commitment to each other. If you are looking for a relationship, wow, every indication is that a new path will be opening up to you to make you feel strong, to make you feel secure, to make you feel loved going forward. For, it gets better, okay, because we haven't touched work, career, money, finances, and for that you have the Sun. It's all about you. It's all about your light, your vibration, your energy, what you want in this world. And with the Sun, it tells me that things could be coming your way. Things that you might have actually, you know, just about thrown in the towel on. Believe in yourself. Raise your self-confidence. Be true to yourself. What you want to create going forward. Who you want to become. And there is every indication that new paths are going to be opening up to you to make everything happen in your life just the way you wanted, or better. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.